Hello my favorite people. In today's video we are going to be doing Kindle versus physical copy. When I say that, that means we are going to be seeing which I read faster on. Is it going to be my Kindle or is it going to be my physical copy? All over social media and online I've seen everyone saying they read faster on their Kindle, and I've said it myself. As soon as I got my Kindle Color Soft, I picked up this more than I picked up a physical copy because I felt like I was reading faster. The goal of today is to vlog me reading, but also to keep track of how many pages I'm reading in a certain amount of time. For our Kindle book, we are going to be reading God of Fury by Rena Ken. I'm actually about 300 and something pages into this story. I'm loving it so far. It's a dark romance. I've read some of Rena Ken's books before. You won't find my ratings or anything on Goodreads because I read her books when I was basically in 9th grade of high school, and I really didn't care about documenting all of my books on Goodreads. I was basically reading for fun. Yes, I still read for fun, but I like the documentation, talking to people, talking to myself on Goodreads. So if you don't follow my Goodreads, follow it now. You will see a lot of me talking to myself like a chud, so enjoy that. God of Fury is in a series called Legacy of Gods. Like I said, I've read those books. I remember little parts of them. I don't think I read all of the books, but I never touched God of Fury, and I knew that I was going to love this. I've been on an kick, and I knew this was going to be for me. In this book, we have Nicola and Brandon. They go to two separate schools, and these schools are basically against each other. We have the elites, and then we have the... I'm not sure. One of them is the mafia and one of them is the elites. Brandon comes from the elites. They have a lot of money, old money, they're rich, they're posh, all that, and they're British. Then we have Nikolai, who comes from the mafia side. He's in the mafia. He's a mafia prince. Thank you. This book is so much deeper than anything that I could say about it. These two are such a sad but loving situation, and they truly need each other. I've thought this the entire time I read this book, and I've already said that this book is a 5-star. I'm only like 300 pages in, and I already know I love Nico and Bran. Later on in the video, I will read the full summary for you guys so you can get a better understanding. But either way, if you think you don't like the summary I'm giving you right now, you will like this book. All you need to know is if you like and you like dark romance, you will like this book. The next book is a book I have not started. I actually bought this a couple months ago. It's like the complete opposite of the book that we're reading, I'm pretty sure. It's Sammy Espinosa's Last Review. It's by Taylor K. Mija. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Please correct me down below if I am not. Sammy Espinosa's life is a raging dumpster fire. Her desperate attempt to win back her senior ex-girlfriend has landed her in hot water at work, and she has one last chance before her editor cuts her column. Luckily, Sammy has a plan to redeem herself, but it won't be easy. Rumor has it that Max Ryan, the former rock god, is secretly recording his first ever solo album for years after his dramatically quit performing. And it just happened that he and Sammy have history. Right before Max got his big break, he and Sammy spent an unforgettable night together. Exclusive access to Max's new music would guarantee Sammy's professional comeback, and even better, give her the opportunity to serve some long-awaited revenge for his traumatic ghosting. But Max lives in Ridley Falls, Washington, and Sammy has history there as well. A family that never wanted her and a million unanswered questions. Going back could mean confronting it all, but what else does she have to lose? This book seems the complete opposite of God of Fury, but I am still excited to read this. I love me a good contemporary romance just to like cleanse my body, but I feel like this book will have deeper feelings, and I really like Sammy because girl, you were trying to get back at your ex. Not that I can relate, but I love some mess. So those are our two stories, and let's get into today's video. We're going to start off with Sammy Espinosa's Last Review because I haven't actually started this book, so I really want to jump straight into it. I actually have a bookmark in here. Oh, it's from the place I got it from. I got it from Snug Books. It's a small bookstore in my city. If you're ever in Baltimore, please go visit them. I love Snug Books, and I like to just go in there and browse, and I actually found this book, so it was pretty nice. I just realized that Emery Henry read this book and made a comment at the top of this book, which is cool. Hopefully it's not like her books though. We're going to start off with a 15-minute timer. I'm going to read this book for 15 minutes, and then we're going to read God of Fury for 15 minutes. We made it to halfway through page 14, so in total I read 13 and a half pages in 15 minutes. After I finished reading, because my camera was overheating and I couldn't immediately tell you that, I had to take like a 2-minute TikTok break. From the back of the book, I was kind of expecting us to see her girlfriend actually breaking up with her, but she explained the whole thing on basically page 1, and we jumped right into the story, right into the setting. She was already back in her hometown, kinda hometown, because she only lived there for a year, but she feels like home because her best friend Willa is there. She grew up with Willa for literally 1 year, and they've been best friends ever since. This place doesn't feel like a full hometown to her, but it's a place she calls home, coming from a mom who had them moving around a lot because her mom had her when she was in her senior year of high school. She just had to take care of her, and her mom moved around a lot, and she followed a lot of guys and just wasn't really stable for her. But she does remember this year she had at this place, and she has her best friend there, and it just feels welcoming and like home. So that's where we got in those first 14 pages, well 13 and a half. And now I'm going to go ahead and read about 15 minutes of God of Fury. Off topic, but I feel like I'm going to rewatch Heated Robbery today. I'm just like missing Shayna and Leah, and I need to be connected to them. It's either that or I'll spend some time just scrolling through fan art. Timer is here. You guys just won't see it because we've moved to the bed. Let's go. I'm on chapter 25, page 310. Wait, this is Gareth and Caden? People don't like their book. It's called Hunt the Villain? Kiss the Villain? Yes, Kiss the Villain. People don't like Gareth and Caden. But I'm feeling this. Timer's done. We read from page 310 to 325, which is 15 pages, but I'm going to say 14 and a half because I actually was right at the end of page 15, so I didn't fully read that page, so we're just going to say 14 and a half. So that means we read one more page than we read in my physical copy because we ended up reading 13 and a half on my physical copy and 14 and a half on my Kindle. I do love you. Whatever this song is, that song is literally Nico and Bran. And now I have to read them. Now I have to jump back in. The most beautiful guy ever. Let's get in bed. The pages I just read were so impactful for the story, and it needed to happen, but it hurt so bad, and it hurt so bad to read, but I understood it, and I truly love Brandon and Nikolai. Like, I love them so much, and I feel so much for Brandon. I feel so much for Nikolai. Their story is so much deeper than anything I could say. It's such a beautiful story, and it's also dark. It's dark, sad, and real. I'm on page 348. I read for about 20 minutes, so let's see how many pages that actually is. So we read about 23 pages in 20 minutes, and honestly, I'm going to jump back into this, and then I'm going to come back to you guys when I pick up Sammy Espinosa's last review. When I pick this up again and read it for 20 minutes, that's when I'll come back to y'all. But I need to jump back into this. I need to know what the hell is going on. Good morning. I just woke up, but I need to do some morning reading. I like to do morning reading, so I will be doing that, and I'll be doing my next 20 minutes of Sammy Espinosa's. Good morning. It's been a minute since the last update, so I was like, okay, since I didn't update y'all yesterday, I have to update y'all early in the morning today. I just got ready to start my day, and I have updates on God of Fury, but also a new book I started reading. As for Sammy Espinosa, I really haven't read more since the last time you guys saw me reading this book. I am still only on page 30. Oh no, I did read more maybe, because I don't think I was on 36. Yeah, I don't think I was on 36 when I updated y'all the last time, but I'm on page 36, and really nothing has changed. We're still like basically introducing the book, and I do need to read some more into this book to know what the heck is going on. As for God of Fury, I've rated that book 5 stars. I love Nikolai and Bran. Those two are a part of me, and I knew as soon as I started the book that I was going to love the story. I think I'm starting to figure out my reading taste and what I really like and enjoy in books. It's familiar this year with me because my 5 stars have been both MM stories, but they come from stories where there has been like mental health representation and like dark themes following, and things that really affect the boys in our stories and like their mental health, how they feel about themselves, and traumatic things that have happened to them that affect how they are like going forward. And I think I really like that in a story because it allows for 10 times more plot, along with us figuring out our characters through their entire story and not fully knowing them until we see them actually address what happened to them. I really think it was very apparent, and for the fans, along with God of Fury, which were 2 of my 5 stars this year, I just think it does it so well in those stories. And I feel like if you want a book with emotional and mental health representation, you definitely should pick up God of Fury. Just make sure you read the trigger warnings. Do you see how cute my Kindle case is? I got this case from Casely the other day. It came in the mail. I also put me a Heated Rivalry sticker on the back. I got a Never case, and I'll probably put that on when it's less summer outside or just when I'm in a different vibe, but I feel like it's more fall and sophisticated. And I also have this Sunny Angel that I got from White Marsh. It's a mall in my city. I got it the other day and I just stuck it on here. I do think it's fake, but I don't really care because it's still cute and I love my little duck. After finishing God of Fury, I started Burn For Me by Sarah Kate, and I do not know how I feel about this book. I'm getting so many mixed emotions because I'm like, okay, I don't think the plot concept of this book is pretty good. In this book, we're following Everly and Cullen. I actually had to open my Kindle to find out what their names is. For some reason, it just wasn't on the top of my mind. But I'm going to read you guys a summary really quick. I ruined his life. It was my investigation that sent his father to jail. It was my fault his mother killed herself shortly after. I've regretted it ever since. When he shows up in my journalism class, I know I'm in trouble. Cullen Ayers wants to make me pay. His torment becomes my life, and I endure every moment because I deserve it. What started as revenge quickly turns into lust. He's only 18, and I should be ashamed for how good this feels when we're alone. But I can't help myself. I'm in too deep. I'm starting to discover his family secrets go far deeper than I first thought. The more I uncover, the more ways he finds ways to punish me. Cullen wants to ruin me for life, and I'm afraid he already has. If you couldn't tell from the summary, this is an age gap dark romance between Everly and Cullen. Cullen is 18, and I'm pretty sure Everly is 32. And I definitely think, I saw a comment on Goodreads that said this, but Everly is a 32-year-old woman being dragged around and played with like an 18-year-old girl. She is letting that 18-year-old boy play with her. They basically playing house at this point I'm at in the story, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm eating it up. Do I think the plot concept is good? No. I just think that was how we started the story and that's how we got them together. And the story is so mostly focused on the romance. I don't think it's a deeper plot of it happening. And it's also a short book. I did not realize it was 200 and something pages. Just almost 300 pages. But I'm almost like halfway through the book and I do think it's pretty short and it's moving pretty quickly. But we're following the romance a lot throughout the whole story. We start the story with her sending his father to jail. And then we go into the next chapter where they actually meet in her class, like it said in the summary. And from that point on, it feels like Cullen is like convincing himself like, oh, I'm not this bad guy. I only want to do this to her because she deserves it. All this, all that. And she's basically letting him do that because she's lonely. He's lonely. And they just like being with each other. I have so many contradiction feelings about this book because even they say it in the story, well, especially Cullen, he'll say like, hey, I only want to be with her because I'm lonely, and she just want to be with him because she's lonely also, but she thinks that she likes him deeper than that. But I can't really tell. I cannot tell if this is like a placebo effect and they're so much around each other, they're starting to love each other. Do they actually just want to be together because they're lonely? And then we have Cullen still trying to get revenge on her and all of that, and it's kind of falling short for me because I'm like, okay, you're trying to bully her and do all this da 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 da, but you really just want her. Like you lonely, she lonely, y'all want each other. I am enjoying the book. The spice is good, their interactions are kind of good. It's just like in the back of my mind, I'm just keep thinking like, you're 30 years old letting this 18-year-old run you around. And when she calls him boy, I'm like, are you girl then? Because you're not acting like a woman. Oh my god. It's just definitely backwards and it feels like controversial. If you ask me, I feel like the whole plot of this story is controversial because if it was a man in her position and this was a girl playing Cullen, people wouldn't think about it the same way. And I feel like we shouldn't do that. So it is controversial in the back of my mind, but I am still enjoying the story if I put the plot aside to how we got there. So those are my updates so far book wise. Along with Kindle versus paperback, I do feel like we're reading faster on our Kindle so far, but we need to keep this challenge going to know for sure. Everly lets me drive her car home since she had at least 4 glasses of wine. See, it's instances like that that I'm like, okay, like, okay. It's time for bed. Fan is blasting, Kindle in hand. I'm probably gonna binge read Burn For Me tonight, and if I don't finish tonight, I'm going to finish tomorrow. But right now we're gonna do some reading for like 20 minutes timed, and I'm probably still gonna read after the fact. I just finished 20 minutes and I think I'm gonna run it back for 30 now. It's only right that we end this video off with Sammy Espinosa being the last book that we read for a certain time. I started the video with this as my physical copy, and in my Kindle read, I've changed that about 2 to 3 times now. I'm on my 3rd Kindle read as I'm filming this book. It's called Wicked Games. I'm not going to talk about it because I won't be reading it for this video, but we did read God of Fury and we read Burn For Me. I have not rated Burn For Me. I don't think I'm ever going to rate it. I enjoyed the book. Would I recommend the book? I don't know. I don't think so, but I still don't know the rating because I really enjoyed it. But would I recommend it? So it's like, do I give it a 3-star? But a 3-star is something I can recommend. But it's also a 4-star because it's like, okay, I really enjoyed this, but it's also a 3-star because like, why can't I recommend it? I'm so sorry if you guys can hear those dogs barking in the background, but Sammy Espinosa is the book we're going to finish this video off. I have about 15 minutes left on this 30-minute timer that I set, which is the last time slot for this video. I'm going to jump back into reading this right now. We have 15 minutes and 55 seconds left on the timer. The question for today's video was, which do I read faster on? I have all the stats pulled up for today's video. For 15 minutes of God of Fury, I read 14.5 pages. For 15 minutes of Sammy Espinosa, I read 13.5 pages, which in that sense, I've read more on my Kindle than I did in my physical copy. For 20 minutes, I read 23 pages. For 20 minutes, I read 17 pages in my physical copy. And then for another 20 minutes, I read another 23 pages on my Kindle. So again, my Kindle has won. Lastly, for 30 minutes, I read 26 pages of my physical copy, and then I read 39 pages on my Kindle. So in the end, Kindle I read faster on. I read faster on my Kindle than I do on my physical copy. I kind of expected this. I don't know how it works. I don't know what's the logic behind this and how I'm speed running these books in my Kindle instead of my physical copy, but actually seeing it is crazy, and I'm glad you guys saw this and could come along with the challenge with me. If you guys want to test it out, I think you guys should do it at home, and let me know down below if you read faster on your Kindle or if you read faster on your physical copy. Thank you for watching today's video, and make sure you like and subscribe to see some more. I love you guys. Mwah.